I am altering my course to port.
Say again, I thought you said starboard?
Two ships, two experienced bridge teams, both with radar, GPS, and AIS. And still they collide. I'm Chief Officer Safety, Shelby, and today we're uncovering one of the most dangerous things at sea, not fire, not storms, but miscommunication. Because out here, the wrong word can sink a ship. 80% of maritime accidents come down to human error. It's a statistic we've all heard. But what does it really mean? It's a label that can hide a much more complex truth. Because when you dig a little deeper, you'll find that behind most of these incidents isn't a single catastrophic mistake. It's a chain of tiny, almost invisible failures. And the weakest link in that chain? It's almost always communication. When we think of communication breakdown, we often picture shouting matches or chaotic radio chatter. But the most dangerous breakdowns aren't loud. They're silent. It's the silence of uncertainty, the quiet hesitation before acting. It's a word assumed, a vague instruction that leaves room for deadly interpretation. It's an order misheard over a crackle of static, with no confirmation requested because the channel is busy. And perhaps most critically, it's the junior officer who sees a potential hazard but doesn't want to challenge a senior's command. The fear of looking inexperienced, of breaking rank, can be a powerful silencer. This is the human factor, and it's present on every bridge, on every vessel. That's why the International Maritime Organization created something brilliant to combat this invisible enemy, SMCP, the Standard Marine Communication Phrases. This isn't just a glossary of terms, it's a global language of safety, engineered to be clear, unambiguous, and universal. It's a tool designed to build a fortress of clarity around our operations. When I say, I am altering my course to starboard, it means exactly that. In every port, in every ocean, on every ship. There's no slang, no regional dialect, no confusion, no guesswork. It strips away the ambiguity that can lead to disaster. Think of it as the software for our bridge hardware. It ensures that a message sent from a vessel in the Malacca Strait is received and understood perfectly by a vessel traffic controller in Rotterdam. It's the shared protocol that turns a multinational crew into a single, cohesive unit. By mastering these phrases, we're not just learning a new vocabulary. We are building a culture of precision and safety, one command at a time. Let's go back to the English Channel. Two cargo ships, both under autopilot, both keeping watch. One calls the other on VHF Channel 16.
Vessel on my starboard bow. What are your intentions?
I am altering course.
But the message wasn't clear. The first officer thought he meant to port. The other meant to starboard. Two words. One misunderstanding. Moments later, impact. The investigation found no engine failure, no radar fault, just human miscommunication. Had they used proper SMCP, both ships would still be sailing. A single phrase could have changed everything. On most ships, your bridge team might represent half the planet. Filipino helmsman, Ukrainian officer, Italian master, Chinese lookout, different languages, different training. One ship. It's beautiful, but it's a challenge. Now add in fatigue, hierarchy, and the fear of speaking up. A perfect storm, before you even leave the harbor. That's why we use closed-loop communication. Master, port 10. Helmsman, port 10, sir. Master, port 10, I. Simple repetition. Confirmation. No room for, I thought you said, moments. That's teamwork in sound waves. Now here's the part no textbook tells you. We can memorize every single SMCP phrase, we can ace every exam, but none of that matters if the human element fails. Bridge safety isn't just about memorizing rules, it's about building a culture of unwavering trust. Think about it. You're on a bridge with a multinational crew, different backgrounds, different levels of experience. Fatigue is setting in on a long watch. This is where the real test begins. It's not about the regulations in a binder, it's about the psychological safety in the room. A confident cadet who feels safe enough to question a potentially wrong order can save a ship. But that confidence doesn't just appear. It's cultivated. It's nurtured by a captain who actively listens, even when it's inconvenient, even when it challenges their own perception. A leader who dismisses a concern, however small, creates a culture of silence. But a captain who says, "Thank you, let's double-check that," creates a culture of safety. That simple act sends a powerful message to everyone on the bridge. Your voice matters. Leadership at sea isn't about barking commands from an ivory tower. It's about fostering an environment where every single voice is heard, the quiet ones, the hesitant ones. Because confidence on the bridge isn't loud, it's clear. The quiet, steady confirmation in a closed-loop communication. You are all in this together, a single unit with a single mission, to get from port to port safely. This is the foundation of a just culture, where people are encouraged and rewarded for safety information. When I was a cadet, my mentor, a seasoned captain, said something I never forgot. If you're ever unsure, say it. Your doubt is a piece of the puzzle. Silence is more dangerous than any storm. That's the fundamental truth every bridge officer learns, sometimes the hard way. It transforms you from an equipment operator to a guardian of the vessel. 1. Always use exact SMCP phrasing. 2. Close the loop on every command. 3. Actively invite challenges. What do you see? 4. Drill communication failures, not just equipment failures. 5. Debrief every watch handover with a communication checklist. These aren't just suggestions, they are your lifeline. They are the habits that make an unbreakable team. We've seen how easily things can go wrong. So how do we stop miscommunication from sinking ships and get it right, every single time? It's not about luck, it's about discipline and having a playbook. Here are the 5 core practices that actually work at sea, turning a good crew into a great one. First, use the standard marine communication phrases, always. Think of SMCP as the bridge's universal operating system. These phrases are engineered to be unambiguous, stripping away nuance, politeness, and cultural habits that create confusion. They exist to save your life, not to sound formal. When you use SMCP, you're not just speaking English. You're speaking the global language of safety. It's your most powerful tool to ensure your message is received exactly as intended, from a simple course change to a critical distress call. Second, master closed-loop communication. This is non-negotiable. Every order given must be repeated back by the person receiving it and then confirmed by the person who gave it. Master. Port 10. Helmsman. Port 10, sir. Master. Very well. It's not overkill. It's the only way to guarantee the message was heard. Understood. This simple loop closes the circuit of understanding, eliminating assumptions and catching errors before they can escalate. It builds a rhythm of confirmation that becomes second nature, especially under pressure. Third, actively encourage questions and challenges. The most dangerous person on a bridge isn't the one who asks a question. It's the one who stays silent because they're afraid to. Leaders must create a culture of psychological safety where a junior officer feels empowered to ask, "Captain, are you sure?" That question isn't a challenge to authority, it's a vital safety check. It can be the most courageous and important sentence spoken on board. A good captain doesn't just tolerate questions, they demand them. Fourth, integrate communication into every single drill. Fire drills, abandoned ship, security alerts. These aren't just physical rehearsals, they are intense communication tests. Are reports from the scene clear and concise? Are acknowledgements immediate? Is everyone using standard phrases under simulated stress? By making clear communication a core objective of every drill, you build the muscle memory needed for a real crisis. And finally, fifth, debrief with a communication checklist. After every significant maneuver, after every drill, after every watch change, take 2 minutes to review. How was our communication? Was every command a closed loop? Were there any moments of hesitation or confusion? This isn't about placing blame, it's about relentless incremental improvement. We've created a downloadable CommCheck card to help you start. Use it, adapt it, make it a routine. Because communication is a skill, not a gift. The more you consciously practice and refine it, the safer you, your crew, and your vessel will become. Technology can fail, weather can turn. But the one thing that keeps a ship safe is understanding. When communication breaks, ships collide. When communication works, we save lives. And that's the lesson they never write in manuals, because it has to be lived on the bridge. If you've learned something today, make sure you like, subscribe, and ring that bell. And check out our full CVSSA series, where we explore how the Cruise Vessel Security and Safety Act protects passengers and crew through international law, training, and, you guessed it, communication. I'm Chief Officer Safety Shelby. Keep talking, keep listening, and always remember, clarity saves lives. Stand by for departure. Out.